Most people watching this video were there when the term pick me first skyrocketed in popularity. I know I was. I remember the memes, and the POVs, and the jokes, and everything else. I remember when that viral sound from Grey's Anatomy started trending again.
So pick me. Choose me. Love me.
The point is that most of us can give a vague definition of what we think a pick me girl is, but if you click on this video and can't, I'll give you a quick explanation. Urban Dictionary defines a pick me as a woman who is willing to do anything for male approval. By all means, a pick me is a stereotype of the male fantasy. She's cool, she doesn't get offended at sexist jokes, if anything she makes them, she likes video games, hates makeup, says she doesn't put that much effort into her appearance, and, most importantly, hates women because they're too much drama.
Do we have to have a girls' night? I'd rather hang out with the boys.
Dude, yes, we've had this planned for like a month. It'll be fun, I promise.
Fun? Girls don't know how to have fun. All you guys do is wear too much makeup and cause drama.
We've never had drama in our friend group. Also, why are you wearing sweatpants? We're going to a nice steakhouse before our movie night.
Because the boys don't like girls that try too hard, and I was planning on inviting them. Why are you questioning me? See, you're starting drama already.
I'm not starting drama. I just wanted all of us to dress up and match like we planned, but you're not inviting the guys. It's a girls' night for a reason.
Can we at least watch football when we're back? I don't want to watch a stupid lovey-dovey movie. That's so lame.
You watch football like 4 days a week. All of us took a vote and agreed that we're going to watch The Notebook tonight, so that's what we're going to do.
Fine, then I'm going to FaceTime the boys and watch football with them. You guys can enjoy your boring movie.
Sometimes she's the girl who purposefully makes fun of you in front of men to make herself look better. Sometimes she's the girl who brags about how different she is and how she is not like other girls. And sometimes she's the girl who sits in front of a podcast mic talking about how women belong in the kitchen. Sometimes she's all. A pick-me girl can start acting like this either subconsciously or intentionally. I honestly think it's a very natural evolution for young women and that it happens very often. I think it's very natural that little girls will grow up in this patriarchal world that we live in and start internalizing all the hate that women get. I think it's very natural when they start hating feminine stuff because they feel as if it's forced upon them. I think it's very natural that they focus so much on getting attention and approval from men when their entire lives that's what they're told to prioritize. But just because I think this behavior can be explained doesn't mean I think it can be excused. All of us are living in a patriarchy that doesn't give us an excuse to act like vipers towards other women. And also, being a pick-me is something that, ideally, most women grow out of when they get older. If you're a 30-year-old woman with a podcast where you discuss how annoying women are, you're honestly better off creating a machine that will turn you into a doormat that only men can use. A pick-me is a kind of girl that most women come across in their lives, and dealing with them really is frustrating. It's so difficult trying to talk to a woman whose whole life revolves around getting approval from men. I'm not here to disagree with that. I have dealt with my fair share of pick-me's. They usually make me want to pull my hair out. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. There are enough videos on this app about pick-me's. I'm not going to add to them. Everything that can be said about them has been said about them. Yes, they have internalized misogyny. Yes, they are annoying and harm women. Yes, they are regressive. All of that has been established already. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about how the term pick-me has become oversaturated and honestly, overused. My gripe here is that people have taken the term pick-me and have run with it. I feel like we've lost the plot. I feel what once was considered a lighthearted term to humorously make fun of girls that spread misogynistic agenda has become a catch-all term to demean any woman with any shred of self-confidence. And it's so interesting to me, how the hell did this happen? The term pick-me was once directed at a woman who had internalized misogyny. Now I'm seeing people call one young a pick-me. What? Let's go back to the definition. A pick-me girl is a girl that brings down other women by saying or doing misogynistic things to appeal to men. And you're telling me one young is a pick-me because she childishly ate a strawberry? What the hell is going on?
What are we talking about?
At what point did the term pick-me become something used to insult innocent women? Recently, I noticed that it's much easier to get hated on than before, and I think that it's much easier to have really intense periods where people hate on you. I think this is partially because of how quickly social media works nowadays, and how our attention spans have gotten so much shorter in the past few years. A good example of this is Hailey Bieber. Or I think she was Hailey Baldwin before she got married. Anyway, Hailey Bieber. Like, if you guys remember the Hailey Bieber hate train, you remember how everyone and their mom was making videos about how she's not a girl's girl, how she is desperate, how she is obsessed with Selena Gomez. And I saw someone say she looks like an ear. And then one day, she had a few products of her beauty brand go viral, and now suddenly everyone likes her again. Like, it was a very short lived hate train filled with really intense, cruel remarks directed towards Hailey. And now that it's over, I think everyone is mature enough to look back and recognize that the hate she got was actually batshit crazy. Listen, you can say and think what you want about Hailey Bieber. Truth be told, I don't know much about her. I don't know what kind of person she is, but I can acknowledge that whatever she didn't deserve the hate she got at that time. People were acting like she drop-kicked a 9-year-old unprovoked.
Oh my goodness. Some of you guys are acting like I drop-kicked someone's puppy.
And people can claim they've matured, they can look back at the hate Hailey got and say it was crazy and that it shouldn't happen again, but in reality, this is just a very vicious cycle that famous women simply have to go through. And every week or so, the internet picks a new woman to make into a villain. And I say woman because it's the truth. Society scrutinizes women more. This isn't revolutionary information. Yet people act so surprised every time they come to their senses after an insane hate train they directed towards an innocent woman. Like, oh, maybe sending death threats to a harmless woman doesn't actually make sense. But in reality, this isn't about Hailey, this isn't about Selena, it isn't even about Won Young for that matter. This is about the cruel reality that women cannot be famous for too long before people start to get sick of them. Before people start nitpicking their behaviors and psychoanalyzing their body language. Before people make up something to hate about you and use it as an excuse to say you need to die.
How long y'all think we got until people start hating on Sabrina Carpenter for no reason? Maybe 3 months, honestly. Like, how long before we start hearing, like, oh, I never liked her. Like, she's overhyped. Like, she can't even sing. Because it's gonna happen. It happens to every single female artist that gains popularity. It literally, like clockwork. Guarantee she's gonna drop that album at the end of the summer, and bitches are gonna be like, yeah, I never liked her anyways. Like, I don't know, she can't sing, she flopped, I hated Espresso.
This is the reality we live in, where the world views women as toys they can play with, as commodities they can use until they get bored. And I think that the term pick me has given people a perfect excuse to hate women for no reason. Because it's more comfortable to unnecessarily hate a woman if you claim she's a pick me. It eases your conscience, right? So you look at any confident, pretty, successful woman you feel jealous of and gather clips of her feeling herself or acting cringe, slap the label pick me on her, and bam, now you have the perfect reason to hate her. And yes, I say jealous, because when I look at the women that the internet has been labeling as pick me recently, I notice that they are all very beautiful, very rich, very skinny, and very feminine. Which, that last thing makes it even more confusing to me, mind you, because isn't a pick me supposed to hate makeup and girly things? Isn't she meant to act very tomboyish? Isn't she meant to drag down girls who do traditionally feminine things? All of this draws a big question mark to me, because none of this hate is consistent or sensible. And let's use Won Young as an example again. One can claim they hate her because she acts cringe and artificial. But guess what? No matter how cringe or manufactured she acts, that doesn't make her a pick-me. It doesn't make her a misogynist. It simply means she acts cringe sometimes. Like, I'm not gonna deny that she acts cringe sometimes, because she does. But that doesn't mean she's a pick-me. And, even more controversially, that doesn't give you the right to hate on her. Yeah, believe it or not, someone acting cringe is not an excuse for you to say you want them dead. Like, I think that people forget that celebrities are human. They are going to act cringe sometimes, just like any other human, and that doesn't justify the hate you might give them. Like, if being cringe was a crime, a lot of you would be doing life in prison with no parole. So why should we make it such a big deal when a famous woman acts cringe? People love to pretend that they have very tangible reasons to send hate towards these women every time a hate train starts to happen, but in reality, a lot of it simply stems from jealousy and the general contempt that the public has for women, especially established women. And it's so annoying to me when someone uses a famous woman acting artificial as an excuse to hate on her, because Yeah, man, it's quite literally her job to act artificial. It's her job to be conscious of the camera at all times. Because if she lets her persona slip or crack for even 1 second, you people will find a reason to hate on her even more. So no wonder famous women act very conscious of the camera at all times. Like, if they let themselves be ugly for 1 second, y'all will screenshot that and make it go viral. So it's crazy to me because sometimes I feel like people are never satisfied. It's so confusing to me. Do you guys want One Young to devour that strawberry on camera? I don't understand. As I mentioned, these women that the internet loves to label as pick me are usually gorgeous, wealthy, fit, and famous. It's no surprise that many people would be jealous of them. I see them specifically get labeled as pick me when they're acting confident. This is really intriguing to me because at that point, you're not even trying to hide your jealousy or the hatred that you have for confident women. Like, a pick me refers to a woman who is misogynistic towards other women, correct? But sometimes I feel like the hate some women get for being so called pick me's is more misogynistic. And I'm so sick of people being so eager to label anything as pick me. Oh my gosh, not liking makeup or not wanting to wear it doesn't make you a pick me. Liking sports does not make you a pick me. Not liking stereotypically feminine things does not make you a pick me. Having male friends does not make you a pick me. Calling a woman a pick me for not acting traditionally feminine is more misogynistic than acting like that. Because when you do that, all you do is reinforce the idea that women have to act girly to gain your respect. And how sexist is that? Okay, I know this video isn't quite like my other ones in the way that it's not very long and it's quite rushed and not very detailed at all, but to be honest, it was more of a rant than anything else because this behavior has been kind of getting on my nerves lately. Other than that, if you've made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe and tell me what you think in the comments. And yeah, bye bye guys, love you so much.